In this video, we're going to review how to do some order of operation problems on your calculator. So I have two problems here from mini lesson 1, number 14 and 15, and you were asked to check these on your calculator. So here is an image of a TI-30XS Multiview. This is a calculator you should have bought. And first, let's just look at a couple keys. So if you click here, that turns it on. Notice above the on button in green, it says off. If you ever want to do anything in green, you first hit the second button, which is green, and then you click the button again. And notice that turned it off. So we'll be using some of these features in green later on in the course. So I'm going to turn it back on, and I want to enter this expression. And notice when I press a button, it turns red, so that will help you see where the buttons are located. So here, the calculator follows the order of operations, so I'm going to punch this in just as I see it. So 2, the 4 operations are here, plus 4 times 8 minus, now I have parentheses, and notice they're located here, so the open parentheses, 2 plus 3, close the parentheses, and now we have squared. So there's two ways you can get a squared button. So if you click here, it says x squared, but if you click on this, it'll just give you a squared. Now I'm going to go back and delete this just to show you the other way. So to move backwards, you can hit the arrow, delete. Another way, if you want something besides a squared exponent, say you want a third or fourth power, if you hit this button, which is a caret, notice it makes a little box up here, and you can put your 2 in it. So whenever you want to get out of an exponent, you can hit these right or left arrow buttons. And then when you're ready to compute, you hit the enter button. So we get a result of 9. Let's look at the next one. I'm going to hit clear to start over. Now notice this is in fraction form, and thus far we've only discussed fractions as division, okay? But we're going to use the fraction form on the calculator to make sure we put everything in correctly. And this is a good idea in general if you're given this form, because notice if you were to do this problem, or when you did this problem by hand, you do everything in the numerator, then the denominator. This division is the last step. So you learned in the order of operations, division isn't usually the last step, it comes before addition. However, when we have this fraction bar written like this, it's implied that it's the last step. So we don't have to worry about that. Notice this button says n over d. That means numerator over denominator. You'll learn those words more in the next section. And notice it makes 2 boxes and a fraction bar. So on the top, I'm going to put 9 plus 3 times 7. Now to get to the bottom, I'm going to use the arrow key going down. Notice the blinker moved down to the bottom. And now I'm going to put 5 times 2. So notice it looks identical to this expression. It's using multiplication x symbols instead of the dot symbols, but they're equivalent. And I could hit enter at this point, or you could use the arrow to go outside the expression, hit enter, and you get 3. So make sure to practice these on your own so you know you can do them on your own.